Kansas. Two key details, Lexi. Oh, my. That's okay. Can you see mine? Or is it really hard to read? Okay. So, pro and anti-slavery settlers poured into Kansas to protect their interests in the new territory. And number two would be pro-slavery settlers. Oh my gosh, I can't even read that. Thank you, Brandon. Wait, where am I? Where do we go? And attacked the city of Lawrence, the headquarters of the anti-slavery movement in Kansas. And it pulled the nation apart because Northerners raised money to send more anti-slavery settlers into the region. The Northerners were literally paying for their own kind to infiltrate. The last one, the beating of Senator Sumner. Does anyone want to volunteer? Angel. You have it written down on yours? Yeah. Okay. So Senator Charles Sumner protested the violence in Kansas in a speech criticizing prominent pro-slavery leaders. So sorry. And a nephew of the man he criticized beat Sumner into unconsciousness with a cane. Southerners applauded the attack while Northerners were outraged. Okay.
No.
Last one. So why did Dred Scott argue that he should be freed from slavery? Listen.
I don't know.
Huh?
I can't remember.
Can you read mine? Are you close enough?
Dred Scott, owner had taken into Wisconsin, a free state. Scott argued that he is saying for slavery.
Outlawed.
Huh?
Outlawed.
Outlawed nation.
Yep. Okay, number two. Susan explained two most important decisions that came into Supreme Court's Dred Scott decision. So I came up with all of the possibilities that you could have. One was slaves were not citizens. No African American slave or free could become a citizen. The Missouri Compromise was unconstitutional. Banning slavery in the territory was the same as taking property from slaveholders. Congress had a constitutional responsibility to protect the property of slaveholders in the territory. So I think that's 5 different answers that all work. If you don't have that one, then write 2 of them down. So fill in the details to show 2 different reactions to the Dred Scott decision. The Northern lady is saying the verdict is outrageous and immoral. I will not obey it. The Southerner is saying the question of slavery is finally settled and in our favor. No one, especially not Congress, can take our property without just cause. And section 8. Besides helping Stephen Douglas win the 1858 Senate race in Illinois, what were 2 other results of the Lincoln-Douglas debates? The debates made Abraham Lincoln famous nationwide and brought the moral issue of slavery into sharp focus. And number 2, why did John Brown attempt to seize the federal arsenal at Harper's Ferry, Virginia? And it's because he wanted to arm the slaves and begin a rebellion to end slavery. So a newspaper headline to show how most Southerners reacted to the election of Lincoln in 1860 would be Lincoln wins and the South is powerless, or something along those lines. It's completely up to you all. What happened to the South on each of these dates? December 20th, 1860, South Carolina seceded from the Union. And in February 1861, 7 states that had seceded from the Union formed the Confederate States of America. So that would go on to become the Confederacy and Civil War. Figure that out. What did Lincoln say about the secession in his inaugural address, March 4th, 1861, and what was his appeal to the rebellious Southern states? Lincoln stated that the secession. I'm so sorry, I don't know what I thought. Lincoln stated that secession is wrong and unconstitutional. He appealed to the rebellious Southern states to return in peace. And number 4, create a newspaper headline to show how most Northerners reacted to the events at Fort Sumter in Charleston, South Carolina. I just made this one up, but it's rebels attack Fort Sumter, war will restore the Union. So if you will put your name on these and pass them all the way to the end of your row, I'll come get them.
But, way to go today. Sorry. Do we get to watch it in the middle?
No. Thank you, ma'am. Solomon? Yep. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to watch a smaller documentary. We might not finish this today.
No cocoa.
Actually, we might.
Does this mean no cocoa?
We already finished it.
We finished cocoa?
So bad. No, okay, so we finished it and it worked out. Maybe someday soon. Marcus, why can't you bring your own picture up? Dad, you know what's wrong. Let's be mature and not make a big deal of it, okay? Because it was literally said by someone back when people use that kind of language. You know it's inherently wrong. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to warn you.
In 1861, most of the nation's 31 million people lived peaceably on farms and in small towns. At Sharpsburg, Maryland, the German pacifist sect, the Dunkers, made their homes the seat of wheat and corn. In Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, population 2,400, young men studied Latin and mathematics at a small college there. Steamboats filled with cotton came and went to Vicksburg on the Mississippi. In Washington, D.C., Senator Jefferson Davis reviewed plans for remodeling the Capitol. In Richmond, the 900 employees of the Tredegar Iron Works turned out gun carriages and cannon for the U.S. government. At West Point on the Hudson, officers trained, and friendships were formed they thought would last a lifetime.
In thinking of America, I sometimes find myself admiring her bright blue sky, her grand old woods, her fertile fields, her beautiful rivers, her mighty lakes and star-crowned mountains. But my rapture is soon checked when I remember that all is cursed with the infernal spirit of waters of her noblest rivers, the tears of my brethren born to the ocean, disregarded and forgotten. That her most fertile fields drink daily the warm blood of my outraged sisters. My hand filled with unutterable melody. Brother Doug.
Live to be 60. Be in winter. And be a nigger.
It's just quiet.
No day ever dawns for the slave, a free black man wrote, nor is it looked for. For the slave it is all night forever. One white Mississippian was more blunt. I'd rather be dead, he said, than be a nigger on one of these big plantations. A slave entered the world in a one-room, dirt-floored shack, drafty in winter, reeking in summer. Slave cabins bred pneumonia, typhus, cholera, lockjaw, tuberculosis. The child who survived to be sent to the fields at 12 was likely to have rotten teeth, worms, dysentery, malaria. Fewer than 4 out of 100 lived to be 60. Work began at sunrise and continued as long as there was light, 14 hours sometimes, unless there was a full moon, when it went on still longer. On the auction block, blacks were made to jump and dance to demonstrate their sprightliness and stripped to show how little whipping they needed. Buyers poked and prodded them, examined their feet, eyes, and teeth, precisely, one ex-slave recalled, as a jockey examines a horse. A slave could expect to be sold at least once in his lifetime, maybe 2 times, maybe more. Since slave marriages had no legal status, preachers changed the wedding vows to read, "Until death or distance do you part."
You know what I heard me? If I thought that I'd ever be a slave again, I'd take and just end it all around. Because you're nothing but a dog. You're not less than you are a dog.
Refused to work. Some ran away. Still, blacks struggled to hold their families together, created their own culture under the worst of conditions.